Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are playing in the CS-63. This is a Tier 10 Czechoslovakian medium. It's a vehicle that, when it was first introduced into the game, not many people cared all too much about, including me, because I actually made a video saying that it was going to be legit dog. You know what Wargaming did in response? They banned me from the game. It's a little more in depth than that, though. I actually went on to a tester's account and recorded a video of the vehicle while it was being tested live, explained why it was going to be trash and why nobody was going to play it, and, of course, Wargaming, instead of listening to any criticism told, decided to ban me for, like, 3 months at the time, instead of actually learning their lesson. And guess what? The CS-63 was a pile of trash, and the least played tank in the game, at least in Tier 10, right up until now. Finally, the CS is what it should have been on day one. So what exactly has Wargaming done to this vehicle? Well, first of all, they have buffed its overall damage per minute. Now sitting at 3,310 instead of the 3,000, like, 200 it had with Rammer before. Not only did they buff its damage per minute, but they also gave it adaptive concealment, which is one of the best abilities in the game, allowing you to know who spotted you, and you get unspotted 7 seconds instead of 10. So those two things alone are hugely important abilities. The vehicle features gear oil, it features tungsten shells, it has 18 billion different things going for it. It also got a better dispersion value. All of these are great changes, and I'm glad that Wargaming has finally given this vehicle some love. Now, I still think the CS is not, like, the best medium, but I think it is actually a strong medium, and I think in a good player's hands, it's really, really capable. I mean, sure, an E50M will do better than a CS-63 in most situations you play it, and that is the same for an M48 Patton. The M48 Patton is fast, it has great gun depression, and ridiculously strong turret armor. And while the CS is faster than the Patton, it doesn't actually have nearly the amount of armor. And not only that, but its DPM is quite similar. The only advantage is that this tank gets tungsten. Now, that is a big advantage, but still, it's not like the biggest advantage. Tungsten only lasts like 15 or so seconds, and it's not going to make a huge impact, especially if you're getting penned versus like a Patton, where you literally will not get penned through the turret armor. I still wish that Wargaming gave this vehicle a special ability where it would, you know, get super speed, for example. Also, do you think our Sheridan wants me to attack? I'm not sure, but I think he wants me to attack. This is the kind of player that I'm tempted to just push out into the open. Alright, well, we have the 4202, and what? He was not even looking at me when he hit that shot. Like, look at where his turret was positioned when he fired that. Actually makes no sense, bruh. Well, we got the Kron in the back, and let's aim it on that Kron. There you go. 300 damage shell into his vehicle. We're actually going to put on my tungsten as well. There you go, 399. We're going to reload again, and there you go, 401. This Kron is not enjoying my company right now. I can tell you that for a fact. Oof. Our gun did not like us there, though. I can tell you that, too. And we were spotted from what? Well, we have the enemy 4202 who pokes, bleeds, and not bad, not bad. We've already dealt 1,800 damage. We've bled the enemy team, and this is a good start to this game. Kron gets bled out some more, and I'm hoping that the 4202, yes, there you go. 4202 puts himself in a bad spot and allows us to get a shot straight through his armor. So this Kron is in a rather sus position, and kerplunk, there you go. 340 damage into the Kron, bringing him down to a one-shot. And all I'm hoping now is that he backs up just like that. Come on, game. As a little Sag. That's a little bit Sag in it. Well, we got the 62A here. Okay, that really sucks a lot, honestly. Let's reload again. Let's try this, this time penning the 62. There you go. That's one pen. 62 doesn't really know how he got shot. We're going to aim it on his vehicle again. There you go. 358 straight into his track wheel. I do not know where the enemy 268 is. That is why I'm hugging this corner here, because that 268 is a real big old threat. And we are unspotted now, so I don't need to worry, but, you know, just not knowing. Okay, there we go. Now that we know where the 268 is, I can actually push up and get behind him. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that great mobility this vehicle has, flex right behind the 268 and the Contra-Caro. We're going to get one easy shell into his tank, 455 damage. And now we're going to start shooting the 268. There we go, 392. We're going to be able to get another tungsten into you. Should kill him. Oh, nope, low rolls, but that's okay. He's not going to get the next shell out anyway. There you go, easy clear. And just like that, we have done a pretty solid job this game. Dealing over 4,000 damage, a really solid win, and a great showcase of the new CS-63 and its capabilities. The gun on this tank honestly feels amazing, and it's really nice to finally drive a vehicle where the gun doesn't feel like you're pulling teeth, and where the DPM feels really nice, and the mobility feels great, and everything about this tank honestly feels great. And with that tungsten, it just gives you that extra little bit of damage output that you're looking for, which is so incredibly good. So we got the enemy BZ-75, which we get one, we get two. I'm actually incredibly surprised that the BZ managed to hit that. However, it does not make a difference as we end up winning this game anyway and getting a super solid result out. So let's take a look at the post-game here. We got a victory indeed, and we did 5,262 damage, pulling ourselves out an ace and obviously finishing top on this team, as that was a pretty easy game. I think you can easily understand why the CS-63 is so good. Like, you really don't even need to argue about the tank's capabilities anymore. That game really illustrated everything well. The reverse speed of 27 kilometers per hour alone allows you to be super flexible, get in and out of situation. And the damage per shot is a little bit lower than I'd like. I'd personally love it to be like 360, but I think that it's fine because you have tungsten, and that obviously brings it upwards of like 390, which is super, super sweet. So what am I going to do right now? Well, I am going to position my tank right here. The enemy team has 2 STBs, 2 Sheridans, and actually because of that, I'm going to start off by moving right here. We're going to see if anybody tries to poke this position. There you go. Brah, that was a terrible shot. I should have aimed it a teeny bit better, but it's alright. We have still spotted that STB, which puts him in a real awkward situation. And let's see if the STB ends up poking it. Oh, there you go. No, not really. Not poking it too much. We got the YAG. We got a lot of tanks on the enemy team, and not entirely sure what to do yet. We have the Marat. We got a lot of tanks here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to push with this Marat. I'm going to go wide. This tank is really quick, and we can see that here. Like, mobility-wise, we are fast in this tank. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and get behind this STB, possibly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on my tungsten. I'm going to put on my adrenaline. We got one shell into the enemy STB, just like that. We're going to reload again. Shell goes just a teeny bit too high, but that's all right. We're going to aim it again, and there. What? Okay. Well, they have 2 STBs. Are they in platoon? No. But for some reason, both of them went together, which is kind of cringe. I'm not actually going to lie there. Okay, well, let's see. E100's not looking at me currently, so we get a nice 294 into his lower plate. He just fired, so we're going to reload again. We're going to aim it on his turret. There you go. 315 damage shot, and we should be able to reload one more time, I would at least assume. There you go, and a 276. By the way, you will notice that the premium pen on this vehicle is really mid. Like, really, really mid. It should be better, at least if you ask me. E100 is not looking at me yet, and he looked away, which means I can get another pen into his vehicle. Pretty sweet. That's 1,500 damage dealt now. Our Type 71 is in a bit of a sus situation, but not something I'm personally worried about. Let's see. Let's see. There's the 100. He's real worried about me. Look at him. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Well, you're going to have a lot of problems on your side in a moment. We're going to aim it on the STB. There you go. 311 damage into you. And I'm just going to push up here. And we are going to activate our tungsten. We get a 368 shell. And now we're going to start aiming it on the enemy Sheridan, which we should be able to get, ooh, a 390 damage shell into. Alright, well, I'm going to ignore all of you goofy goobers, and I'm going to aim it on the E100. Actually, I am going to get clapped, because apparently the enemy team really wants to shoot at me. Well, we got one shell, and we're going to load gold to guarantee this pen. There we go, E100's dead. And all that's left is that little cringe STV sitting in the back. I think he's obviously going to die at this point, but oh, I was hoping we could shoot him. This would have been a great spot to get that shell out. But either way, again, look at how good this tank is now. Like, it actually feels great. This is a fantastic tier 10 medium. We ended up dealing 3,150 damage, which isn't anything ridiculous, but it's a solid result. It places us top on the team, we supported our teammates, we distracted, and we bled. And that's exactly what we needed to do. So I will not get mad at all. I think we did pretty good. And yeah, hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video on the CS. Also, this is a modded remodel for the vehicle, as we can clearly see. I don't understand why Wargaming can't just make these tanks look like this in general. This looks way better than anything they've put into the game, but hey, what do I know? Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!